Appellate advocacy training for the ICTY, the ICTR, and the ICC developed in conjunction with the National Institute of Trial Advocacy in the United States. The program was designed in order to provide younger lawyers working for the various institutions with hands-on practical experience to develop their appellate advocacy skills so that they could both improve as counsel before the appeals chamber and also develop the skills necessary to reach the next level of appellate advocacy performance. Through the course of the week, the student has an opportunity to see the various building blocks and learn the various building blocks that are used to put together a persuasive argument.
In order to achieve cognitive clarity, you may have to employ some techniques that you don't use to achieve substantive clarity. And
students do a number of exercises that are designed to improve their advocacy skills. The exercises include focus on point-first advocacy, providing content before detail, the power of persuasion in terms of presentation itself, how you stand, how you talk, how you move your hands.
He had a duty to investigate, he had a duty to report to his superior.
Individuals participating will gain confidence in their own abilities to appear before the appeals chamber and argue a point of law or a factual issue more effectively.
In a camp, supposedly to offer them better protection.
The main thing I'm thinking about is confidence, and I think you get more confident when you have such a terrific panel giving you this positive feedback.
The trainers in the past have included appellate court judges. Pat Wald, who was a former trial chamber judge and appeals chamber judge at the ICTY. Ann Williams, who is on the Third Circuit of the Federal Court of the United States. Mark Rosenberg and John Laskin, who are with the Ontario Court of Appeal in Canada. Several of the other trainers are senior prosecutors who work for the various tribunals, the heads of the sections and the senior appeals counsel.
Here is the law, here it is in black and white, I'm going to make it as big.
We're very fortunate to have all of them participating and giving what they know freely to the people who want to learn it. They offer a richness of knowledge, a richness of experience, a richness of respect that helps make the training meaningful to the students and something that they will forever remember.
Tell me how that would have played out, how that
We have real live actual judges who are out there facing appeals counsel every day, and we have senior appeals counsel who have been facing appeals judges. The different perspectives that they bring and that they give to us and the different tips from their different perspectives is fabulous.
In terms of substance, I think
it's very, very useful to hear what a bench has to say about your performance, because in reality, no judge ever says, or very rarely does a judge ever say to you, listen, you're jumping about all over the place, you're being incoherent. Sometimes they'll interrupt you and try to correct, put you in the right line, but they don't do the sort of criticism that we get here, and it's just great to hear it from real, top people.
I refer Your Honours to the testimony of witness A1.
I would like them to come away with the self-confidence that they need to perform well in court, because they're all obviously very talented and intelligent individuals with great potential. And there's maybe a few little things that they can do to improve. And as they do that, I think the skills that they've developed and that they clearly have will come through in the courtroom.
You're a little bit nervous and you stumbled at one time, okay?
I know it's a nerve-wracking process to go through here, getting in front of your peers and being critiqued. They have, for the most part, in fact I think predominantly, if not universally, have embraced the process that will help them in the future.
In front of this very experienced judge, you get such interesting feedbacks, such positive criticism. You may be good or bad, it doesn't really matter. What they convey to you is how to improve those skills, and that's just the best.
The United Nations doesn't provide sufficient training resources in order to put the entire training program together, so we have to search for outside funding. We've been fortunate in the past to have the commitment of NITA to provide trainers. We also have had foreign governments make contributions towards travel and other expenses, and in addition to foreign governments, a number of non-governmental organizations and private foundations have contributed in order to subsidize the cost of the program.
We will forever be indebted to these people, and I think that arises from their commitment to international justice. They are using us as their tools to spread this idea, to make sure that international justice is pure and refined to a level that we all respect it. Because respect for the law can only be derived if it is being practiced well.
We're very, very grateful for the past contributions and are hopeful that they will continue to support us in the future.
It's very important that the standard of the advocacy, standard of all the legal skills, but advocacy is perhaps the most important, both written and oral, in these international courts must be at the very highest.
There's a lot of work involved. I mean, we've all spent 5 days doing the work, prepping the night, doing the work the next day, prepping again, but at the end of the day, it's such a beneficial course. I look forward to putting my skills to work. I have an actual hearing in 1 week, so for me, this training was really beneficial and so timely.
The 12th chamber, in this case, required that my client do the impossible.
You know, when you come from whatever system you come, the advocacy training is your first baptism experience. You feel comfortable with your work, and everyone I've talked to, when the moment you mention the joint appellate advocacy training, everyone is just excited. You see the twinkle in their eyes.
De son intention criminelle. Et nous savons, et la Chambre.
All they're doing is now making it broader, the ICC as an example, so that everybody who is a perpetrator.
The legacy of the training will be that there will be a large group of very well-trained young lawyers to continue the work of international criminal justice.
International law as a crime against humanity. The defense knew that this was a key component of the case against him, and
the skills that all of these young people will take with them will benefit them and benefit society regardless of what position they find themselves in the future.